As I'm sitting here, like really trying to get back into the swing of things, I don't have any problem with Anthony Joshua versus Francis Ngannou. Boxing been fucked up, like man, lately. Well, actually, it's kind of picking up, but it's about time that we have an entity, promoter, broadcaster coming in. Like, you know what? Let's make these fights. And I guess it only could be the Saudis because you can't tell me that they're making money off of this. It's more about what do they call it? Initiative 2030, where they want to turn Saudi Arabia into the new Vegas, the new Dubai. So this is them pumping money like into the sport to get people to travel over there. And frankly, what they did with that Joshua versus Waleem, Deontay Wilder versus Joseph Parker card was phenomenal because you know you have multiple fighters on there that command at least $5 million a piece, for example, right? You can't tell me Wilder and Joshua didn't make any more than 20. They had to make, I'm sorry, they ain't getting on this card without at least making 50, I'm going to say 40, just being on low end 30 million a piece in different fights. Joe Parker probably got 5 to 10. Dimitri Bivol probably got 3. And from my understanding, there's a lot of people on this card who got, big time paydays. Jair Pataya, Otto Wallin, Daniel Dubois, like Felix Hergovitz. This is impressive. And I'm glad that they're doing it because, see, of course, the heavyweight division is the most expensive division in the sport. I would say number 2 is maybe about 147, 154 between those guys. My personal opinion, let me know. Well, actually, 135 and 140 is getting pretty expensive too. But heavyweight by far is the most expensive. Now, the reason why I don't have any issue with Francis Ngannou is because he showed he can hang. Now, personally, I don't think Tyson Fury took him seriously, but hey, that's Tyson Fury fault. I'm not taking any credit away from Francis Ngannou. He fought a very poised, relaxed, controlled fight. He looked like he belonged in there. Like shout out to him for the MMA community. I'm sure he's done some major long-term damage just by him doing what he did to Tyson Fury. Now you had a whole bunch of them. They were already on it. Guys like Shane O'Malley wanting to fight Devin Haney. But yeah, fuck that. Go ahead, fight Francis Ngannou. Ngannou, get your shot. And then the winner is supposed to fight Felix Hergovitz to be the IBF champion. They're waiting for Tyson Fury and Usyk to be over. I'm going to do a video on that, which is taking place in February. It was the February the 17th. And it's expected for the winner to become undisputed and then drop the IBF title. And then other titles along, that route. I believe it's a 2-fight deal. So, I'm fine with it. Now, Anthony Joshua, let me tell you this. I like this Anthony Joshua now, the one that had the psychotic break. What was it, the first Usyk fight? Let me pull that up real quick. The first Usyk fight or the second Usyk fight? And that's how you have a good a productive psychotic mental breakdown. Like you'll be talking about like the subject in hand, and then you just go off and talk about some other shit. How he was talking about, Usyk, I'm 16 stone. So, like, for me, say, for example, I'd be like, I'm tired of coming down to this courthouse. Every time I come down here, it's been happening for years. I'm tired of it. And then yesterday, the dog shit on the floor. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? So I was like, okay, I like that guy, Anthony Joshua. That's the guy, not the company man. The man that's like, yo, be yourself. Because his company man persona, when he was that, like, it just seemed too fake, too cringe. Don't get me wrong, he cringe as fuck now. He's stuck between, I don't know what's going on with him. And then the different trainers. He's with Ben Davison now. I mean, he looked good against Otto Wallin. But you can tell he's still going through some shit. After Andy Ruiz, I can't say Andy Ruiz ruined him because he did beat Andy Ruiz in the rematch. I really liked the Joshua that fought Usyk in the first fight. The pressure fighter, body beater, I think he looked good there. He looked confused with Derrick James. He was stuck in between styles. I'm talking about some heat. Listen, that first, let's go look at it real quick. Let me go find it. That first Usyk fight, man, he was chasing him around. It wasn't easy for Usyk in that fight. What was the cards for that? Like, both of them was close. And yeah, he almost got stopped in the last run of that first fight. But I liked that first fight, Anthony Joshua. He had the fire and the hunger in his eyes. But Otto Wallin, he looked a little scared during fight week, but got him out of there. He got Robert Helenius out of there. Jermaine Franklin, that was like, all right, build your confidence, back up, fight, box. Once again, looked kind of lost out there. So now when it comes to Francis Ngannou, that should be easy pickings. But what happens if Francis Ngannou touches him? Me and Big J was talking about it earlier. Can he get back up? Or when he get back up, will he be the same? You know, sometimes we seen Joshua get hurt, and then, you know, he don't be the same. You know, he start getting real scared and shit. That's the question. So if he take his time, he's clearly the better fighter. I just don't think, you know, if Tyson Fury was really serious, in my personal opinion, I don't think he was really taking Ngannou seriously. I didn't think he was taken seriously. That's your opinion. We're not taking anything away, because at the end of the day, Ngannou in a lot of people's eyes should have won that fight. I just think that Fury did barely enough to win, but he shouldn't have struggled with a guy like Francis Ngannou. You follow me? So Joshua can win, but also Joshua can probably get his ass knocked out. You don't want to play with that power of Ngannou. By the way, he is now ranked, I believe, number 10 by the WBC. And he still has that PFL MMA contract. Like, what if he go on and knock out Anthony Joshua? Like, what the fuck? And remember, no matter what happens with Fury Usyk, Fury can lose both fights, and that Ngannou and Ngannou can still lose to Anthony Joshua, and that fight between Fury Ngannou 2 will still be big. But I do still have some mental concerns about Anthony Joshua. Now, if he goes out there and does a demolition job on Francis Ngannou, obviously you got to be careful. And Francis Ngannou's already talking shit about, you know, I hear you don't have a chin. You know, we've heard it too. The Joey Dwecko knocking out Anthony Joshua in sparring. That's the reason why he lost to Andy Ruiz. But I knew he was going to lose to Andy Ruiz that first fight. Andy Ruiz just going to be just a fat piece of shit sometimes. He's not fat no more, by the way. You know, so that was my concern always about that rematch. You know, he's like, well, you know, I was home, and, you know, I was, you know, the pizzas was there, and, you know, I was trying to make sure that I was staying on weight. And it's like, you fat motherfucker. Let me down in that second fight. What was he? He came in like 20 pounds heavier or some shit? Let me see. What did he come in at? He's like, you know, I was just home being blessed, and then once I go back to the gym, I said I'm going to start running, cutting the weight. It's like, motherfucker, using up all the toilet paper. So the first fight was 268. Look at this shit. He came in, the first fight was 268. Second fight, he came in 283. Motherfucker, man, made me sick. But look, Joshua dominated, just straight out boxed him, and his entrance was fire too in Saudi Arabia. Remember when they built that arena in like 3 weeks, and people thought like, yeah, right, that money ain't real. Deontay Wilder shouldn't take that money. How are they gonna build it? Well, we see now the Saudis mean business, like, for real. I want them to take over the rest of all the boxing. You know, it was heavily speculated that they were going to host Devin Haney. Even Devin Haney mentioned it, Devin Haney versus Ryan Garcia. But then Ryan Garcia goes on a run with Floyd Mayweather, and now he's like, nah, we're going to fight Rolly. It's fucked up, man. So, the heavyweight division right now, to break it down, you know, Tyson Fury, Usyk, they got a 2-fight deal. I'm getting more and more confident that Usyk can probably do it, unless Tyson Fury was able to punch him in the stomach. Usyk's got a jelly belly. He's had a jelly belly since the amateurs. Mahmoud Char, bastard, he got his mandatory shot because they're going to drop that belt because he's court order. Zhilei Zhang, Big Bang CCP Zhilei Zhang, WBO interim champion. I think he's going to knock the shit out of Wilder. So they're supposed to be on the same card. In March, I believe it's March the 24th, correct me if I'm wrong down below in the comments, you're going to have Joshua Ngannou, Deontay Wilder, and Zhilei Zhang in separate fights already fighting each other. We know they're going to be on the card. Big Baby Miller's supposed to be coming back on that card too. And I forgot who else. Jayo Patida and likely Dimitri Bivol. But still, that's a fire ass card. Shout out to the Saudis, man. That's what's up. That's what's up. But yeah, Deontay Wilder, he just got to get that fire back. We need that psychotic maniac, that psychomaniac that wanted blood and was talking about. Remember, we put the blood code in for Dominic Brazil. He's like ABACABB. You know your blood will spill. Like, you think you the best? I know I'm the best. Are you ready to take the test? Thanks for watching. Please subscribe on TstreeT Controversy with 5U360.